You won't believe that almighty Russia, that's known for building sophisticated military admonitions, spy gadgets, and even military robots, now copies SpaceX's method to launch their rocket into space. Hope you can also remember the latest Russia 2 hypersonic missiles that were reported to fly faster than 20 times the speed of sound. Another mysterious admonition the Russian military invented is the nuclear-powered Skyfall cruise missile. Vladimir Putin, who seems to be the lifetime president of Russia, revealed that the new missile has an unbelievable, near-unlimited range, which practically allows the missile to strike any target in the world without miss. But surprisingly, amidst all these innovative technologies approaches Russia has taken over the years, how would they still need to copy SpaceX's method of building and launching rockets to launch their own rocket into space successfully? That is what we are about to dig up in this video. Welcome to TechSpace. Kindly stay tuned to this video as we will explain how Russia has been copying SpaceX to build their rocket during this while. Stay glued to this video so that you'll see how Elon Musk reacted when he knew that Russia was copying his company. The surprising news started trending on Twitter about how Russia has begun developing a reusable rocket to launch it by 2026. State cooperation like Roscosmos, Progress Rocket, and the Space Center has documented a special contract for the building of a particular complex design of a specific space rocket. The contract is said to be one of the first reusable methane rocket that Russia will design, and it will be created at the cost of launch service, which amounts to about $22 million. Guess everyone expects this rocket to be an authentic one that will receive a certain level of reliability. Russia gave a thought on how expensive it is to build a fresh rocket after every launch, and they have planned to make the rocket reusable, meaning after every launch, the rocket will be transferred to the lab, where it will undergo several tests, analysis, repairs, and be prepared for another launch. The idea is that the rocket can launch into space, return to Earth, and be reused repeatedly, which is the same goal Elon Musk has towards SpaceX. So what could be Elon Musk's thought towards Russia's development? Elon Musk replied to a tweet hovering all over the internet that he is pretty excited about the idea Russia has put into considerations, adding that it's a step in the right direction, and Russia should set a goal of achieving the development of reusable rocket before 2026. Therefore, Elon Musk applauds Russia's idea because he believes building more reusable rockets will scale the economy and explore the space industry. No doubt, Russia is usually known as one of the influential technology investors in the world, and now they have started to demonstrate their tech skills in the space industry, and instead of launching a conventional rocket into space, they decide to adopt Elon Musk's techniques and other to explore the space while minimizing cost. Elon Musk doesn't seem to be threatened about Russia's new method of copying him. Instead, he will go to share his philosophy with Tesla. One reason why he doesn't keep his blueprints in secret, rather makes them available to other automobile companies to copy. We shouldn't be too amazed about Musk's careless attitude to reveal his company's manufacturing process, because he had already stated that his priorities lie in whatever initiatives or contributions will change the world for the better, and not necessarily dominate the market with his brand. Although, in this context, we won't hide the fact that dominating the market is also the #1 agenda in his goal, reason being that from 2003 till date, his two companies remain highly competitive. But it seems Russia is trying pretty hard to be close to the level SpaceX is now in the market. It closely relates to the decision of Roscosmos Space Agency to build the Amur, which is a reusable rocket that has a very similar resemblance to SpaceX's Falcon 9. SpaceX used the Falcon 9 to gain relevance and win the top position in the space industry, and since then, their rocket has become the #1 rocket to launch into space and land safely back on Earth. Up until now, SpaceX is the only spaceflight company maintaining fleets of reusable rockets. Even though Blue Origin, led by Jeff Bezos, is pushing to meet up with the level SpaceX is now. Currently, the Russian state space agency referred to Roscosmos decided to join the reusable building rocket powered by methane, and the rocket's structural design is similar to the Falcon 9. Perhaps they intend to use the Falcon 9 design to launch the rocket into space at the first trial without explosion. Even though Musk supports Russia to copy his rocket science methods, it doesn't stop the head of Russia's space agency from accusing SpaceX of the unnecessarily imposing price of rocket launching, which now mandates Russia to cut down on their rocket launch price. The accusation led to a severe issue that took a tour on an online argument between Elon Musk and Rogozin, who hinted Vladimir Putin, Russia's president, saying that the Roscosmos space agency is working to lower 30% of the price of launch services to increase their share in the international market, and went ahead to forward explain that SpaceX's market launch price is $60 million, but NASA pays up to 4 times the amount. Elon Musk replied to the tweet and responded to him in criticism, saying that SpaceX's rockets are 80% reusable, and theirs are 0%. And one question that keeps springing up in our mind is that, will the Twitter fight result in a severe issue between Roscosmos and SpaceX company in real life? Maybe we should keep watching out on this. It looks like Elon Musk has maintained a good bond between NASA and SpaceX instead of Russia. Russia is trying to get along with SpaceX as NASA did, but they refuse to accept the fact that they'll be paying more to launch their rocket into space. Still, the amount they'll be receiving from the market in return does not worth the expected budget, and this is the cause of the fuse between Elon Musk and Russia. But SpaceX cannot consider the burden Russia seems to face, since they have set a high competitive standard in the market. So Russia is left with an option to find their arsenal in the market and make profit anyhow they can, while facing a competitive challenge from SpaceX. More so, over time now, NASA and SpaceX have been working hand in hand to launch rockets into space successfully. And this shouldn't sound like NASA is replacing SpaceX, or the other way around. Instead, both companies have set a quantitative need for each other's production capacity to achieve the same goal. For instance, NASA does not have the facilities to launch payloads into space, so they outsource external contractors, which happens to be SpaceX, for whatever they plan to launch. NASA is taking advantage of the outstanding rockets built by SpaceX to move their business, and NASA continuously records significant contracts with SpaceX. No wonder for several years now, NASA has always partnered with SpaceX to launch satellites into the International Space Station. Another instance is that NASA has a daring need to regularly send cargo to their astronauts on the International Space Station. To achieve this, they need to board the freight on a rocket and before launching into space. For NASA to achieve a successful launch, they would call SpaceX to arrange how the mission would go. After the two companies have met a balanced agreement, SpaceX would attach NASA's payload to any of the Falcon 9 rocket and launch it to the ISS. Then NASA would have to compensate SpaceX financially in exchange for this service. But because of the short fuse Russia had developed between SpaceX and Elon Musk, sometimes Russia won't want to undergo a cognitive relationship between them and Elon Musk. While Elon Musk observed the chaos to project economic growth as stated in one of his goals, he has once advised Russia to work towards full reusability of their Amur rocket, which will be similar to that of the Falcon 9 SpaceX cooperation. Musk's comment came after Russia's state space, Roscosmos, announced the development of the Amur carrier rocket, which will be a successor to their Soyuz rocket, and Roscosmos claimed that the first stage of their Amur rocket could be reused up to 10 times, but this claim is not yet proven. Russia's Amur rocket is at an initial design state right now, and they are expected to complete it by September 2021. The rocket will be designed and constructed by the Progress Rocket Center, which was said to also produce the Soyuz under a $5 million contract. In your own opinion, do you think Russia will someday be ready to document any space contract with SpaceX? Please do well to share your thoughts in the comments section below. Until next time, please like, share, subscribe, and while you're still around, why don't you click on one of those flashing videos on the screen for more content?